The Emperor has been expecting you.
Hi everyone and welcome to One Six Figure folks, and you're very welcome to episode number 30 of The Hope Show, a weekly live stream dedicated to 1/6 scale collecting, movies, TV, pop culture and the likes. I was going to say that this is going to be the last one before Christmas, but I think I might squeeze one in maybe, but definitely not next week at the same time, because obviously next week at the same time is Christmas Day. People are going to spend that time with their families, loved ones, etc. We might get one in during the week, maybe Christmas Eve or Christmas Eve, depending on availability. But yeah, look, I'm going to bring the panel in. We got a group of, we got some familiar faces here, like Ian and Phil and Dan, who hasn't joined us in a while, but thankfully he's back in business here. We've got a friend as well of the channel, Pete, over there from OFAC, or Only Fools and Collecting. Of course, Eddie Money Mendez. He's a straight shooter. He calls it like it is, and that's why we love him. Folks, thanks very much for giving up your time. I apologise for being late. I have no excuses. I just managed my timing correctly, and yeah, it's amateur hour as usual. Folks, how are you doing?
All good. Hello.
You're all looking very festive as well. Pete, you've gone all out. Oh God, I'm in a full screen. You there? What does yours say?
No, it's a lifting shirt from.
I see. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff. So, sorry. How do I take you off this again? There. This is really. I'm not actually joking now.
The dots.
It's like
the dots, man. Hit the. There you go.
There we go. We just zoom in, and everyone. This is the dots. It's not actually working. Banned from studio. It's literally. Usually, it's click on, click off.
Go to the smaller version of them.
I think you moved it, Ian.
There we go. Okay. Yeah, usually you can just click that full screen button and it clicks on and clicks off. But yeah. So look, I'll just go through the show sheet really quickly, and right. So look, we'll go to a few housekeeping stuff, obviously. So 2,718 subscribers. Thank you very much for this is the. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention there. Ian, Agent Silver Fox, has donated a brand new inbox Captain America Civil War. It's the Bucky Barnes Civil War, the Winter Soldier from Civil War. So when we hit 3K, we will be giving that away. So stay tuned for that. This month, all the revenue from the channel is going to be given to a good cause. It's going to be donated to Tempest Street Children's Hospital. So we're at $223 already on the McLean-o-meter. The reason it says 1,200 on the top of that, that's what we raised last year. So I mentioned this already. Shout out to the members. We got Caffeinated Comic Book Fan, Jim Collector, Lancelot's Nerd Corner, Neilerific, Mugwump, Mike Ed, who can't join us today, but he will be back in the future. Judy Bendu Window, Ryan Smith, Tragedy Tales, Alan 6-Scale Gallery, X-Men Supreme, 12-inch Mirror Stream, Philip the Fool, Dublin's Devil, Mark Mitchell, Brandon Salad, Empire Strikes, Collecting Weekly, and Boba Fettuccini. So new videos on the channel. These are all new on the channel, so they're there if you want to check them out. This is something I started it last year. I first did it last year because I was going away to Canada and I wanted to keep the videos in the channel ticking over, so I made a bunch of content and scheduled them to go off in the 12 days of Christmas, as in the first day of Christmas, the 25th is the first day and 26th second day, all at the same time. So yeah, you're going to see videos like the best figures of 2023, my own personal favorite pickups, best head sculpts, things like that. Yeah, so look, this is what we're going to be talking about today. So if that sounds interesting to you, stick around. So I'm going to stop talking now and ask these boys if anything new in or out. Anyone want to jump in? Anyone pick up something? Anyone buy something? Anyone offload something?
Don't feel rich, but
okay.
Fusion reactors are in.
Oh, nice.
Is that the...
Sick.
Nice. Oh, right, it's the Mark 85, is it? I'm going to try and do this again because... Okay, so you're full screen now, but...
There we go.
Yeah, that looks great. Did you go with Hendra, yeah?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Good stuff. Yeah, look, they're the business, and you've done a good job of hiding them there, I think. So.
Yeah, luckily they're all the rear, so.
You just wore it. Oh, right. You brought them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, really impressed. Really good. I haven't tried the Iron Painted ones yet, but Mark 85.
Yeah, and that's going to bring it to another level. Pete just messaged me there and said I'm glitching pretty bad. So can people in the chat maybe let us know what the signal is like? Can you hear us? Can you see us? I know my camera might be a bit dodgy now because it's darker in this room than usual because the detox are gone.
Everything looks good to me.
Yeah, seems fine.
Yeah.
Cool.
Shane,
so you got the fusions in it.
details are gone, and that's not a beer in your hand. What was that pink drink?
Fuck.
Yep.
That's a hydration tablet. That's a hydration tablet because I've been running around like a blue arse fly all day, and I have drank no water. I think I had a cup of coffee earlier on this morning, and then I went out for dinner there, and yeah, I just need to get some water into me. But like, there's a beer downstairs. Don't you worry. Like, I've been corrected. I'm gonna drink this, and I'm gonna drink the beer. It's probably counterproductive, but yeah. So look, it brings out my feminine side. What can I say?
They were telling me 6% only backstage, so
it doesn't taste great.
That's the rule out there.
It doesn't taste great. I think I'd rather be drinking the beer. Right. Anyone else offload anything or get anything in?
I've got some bits in.
66.
Oh, go on, go first in.
Sorry. I
Go
got
first in,
66
fine, mate.
Batman and Robin in today, which was great until I changed the hands on Robin and the peg snapped, and you get no replacement pegs. But it's fine because I'll use another peg from some other figure. But I'm really glad Saturn Toys, they changed the logo on Batman to the proper place, and the pants have been fixed. So unlike the Joker, the prank villain, Batch 1 was far better than the Batch 2, but it's opposite for the Batman and Robin. So I feel like I've lucked out. So a minor thing, but honestly, when you see the three of them together, it looks great. But that prank villain's just awesome.
It's the business, yeah. It seems to be coming up on a lot of like top fives and stuff like that in terms of like figures of the year and stuff like that. So that's actually great to see. Yeah, Dan, you were going to chime in there, I think.
Yeah, I haven't been on for a while, so I think
this could be long, guys. Get comfortable. Get comfortable.
No, no, I haven't. I've just picked up Mike McFly, and then I picked up Jamie Lannister from 3-0, and Jorah Melmont from Game of Thrones with 3-0.
Oh, good stuff.
Really enjoying that line at the moment. The latter ones that they've done from like season 8 have been really good. And I've got Doc Brown coming tomorrow, so that's good. But to be honest, the Grail that I picked up, it's not 1/6, but the Grail I picked up today, because I collect WWE, signed WWE stuff,
WWE
is
fan,
signed Ultimate Warrior.
Oh, wait one second now.
Nice.
Can you see that? Like that.
Is he still alive? Or
no, he died.
He's
2015.
Right. Yeah.
So
wow. How did you manage to get that?
I'm in quite a few groups on Facebook, and to be honest, I had to sell a couple of figures to fund this because it's quite expensive. But yeah, I'm buzzing for that. It's one of the ones I've wanted to get for a long time, and the signature's really nice with paint pen. The condition of the figure's great as well. So yeah, that's cool for me. Apart from that, nothing really. Just a lot of stuff coming out next year, so I don't want to just buy stuff for the sake of it, because
absolutely,
I think we're all going to be hit quite hard, and it's quite easy to do that, isn't it, when there's a quiet spell and then all of a sudden bang, we get a load of stuff come in. So yeah, just quite mellow with that at the moment. I'll probably do a collection video soon. I'm just waiting back to get my Bo-Katan head that's been re-haired from Tina, rerouted.
Ah, I see.
So I'm getting that done. And she's doing it now. She's actually done some photos for me of the process. So yeah, that should be coming back to me in the next like couple of weeks with Christmas. I don't know what it'd be like Christmas delivery, but yeah, it's good
stuff. What about yourself, Eddie Money Mendez? Have you been a naughty boy?
A little bit. I'm kind of playing catch up, so I'm getting older stuff at the same time as some of the newer
Dangerous
stuff. Dangerous
game.
So yeah, it's not bad actually right now. A lot of stuff is cheap. But one of the newer figures I got was the Logan from Days of Future Past, the new release. So
Oh, nice.
I love that. I love that figure a lot. Just a couple days ago, I got the Bat Pod in because it's like was a really good price. So I finally picked up the Bat Pod.
It's a cool piece as well.
Yeah, it's awesome, dude. I don't
Do you
have
have the DX19?
No, I don't have a
That's
Dark
what you're gonna
Knight,
say.
So
Yeah.
I have him.
Yeah.
I have him with the Batman Begins suit right now. So I need to get a Dark Knight representation.
Yeah, the DX19 next to it. It's just, even if that was the only two things you had, it just looks so good. Like,
Oh man.
it's just a big piece. That Batpod is huge. It's way bigger than the
Yeah, it's pretty.
the
pretty decent
the bike
size.
coming out from the Robert Pattinson one. It's completely different,
Yeah.
obviously, but yeah.
Mike,
what about yourself?
what you were
What about-
saying then about everything being cheap, the market is amazing for that at the moment.
Yeah.
Honestly, because coming up to Christmas, I don't know if you guys have seen in the groups, but you're getting stuff that people are just not giving it away. But it's a really good time, especially some of the Star Wars stuff and Marvel. That stuff at the
Endgame
moment
stuff.
is going
Yeah,
crazy
that's-
low. Like
I have.
you know,
I just got the Cap from Endgame and Thor from Endgame coming in too because I got them for like 150 each, I think. Or something.
that
a
is
lot of those-
mad.
A lot of those
50
figures are
bucks,
pretty
man.
good, and like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
Endgame is, you know, it's one of the best MCU films, whether we like it or not. Like it's a, I think it's a fantastic film, but it's definitely one of the strong ones, especially compared to what they're giving us now. So you had like, you know, a really, really good movie. You got great characters, and a lot of those figures are really good. The Mark 85, whether it's clean or battle damage, beautiful. Whether you like or not, that rescue film or figure, the engineering is fantastic. Endgame Cap's pretty good, not the most posable figure. Iron Patriot, there's a load of really, really good figures from that line, and they're cheap. You know, they're cheap now, like, you know. But for how long? They might give it another few years. People might be dying to get them, but you know.
That's true.
What were you going to say there, Dan?
No, I agree with you. I think it's a great time to. It's not a great time to sell, obviously, but it's a great time to buy. And if you've got a, you know, if you want to start, you know, like you say, an end game line, there's never a better time to start it because you can pick them all up. I mean, like Mike said, $150 for Captain America, which is probably the best one. If you're going to buy a
Endgame
Cap,
Cap's
that's the
great,
one
yeah.
to buy.
Yeah.
And I just think at the moment, I've even seen like the Mark 85 battle damage go for just around 280, 300, which is crazy. You know, like Thanos is 230, 40 quid, which is, you know, the battle damage. Well, I saw that the other day and I just think, wow, you know, pick that. It's just a good time if you want to get into hot toys. Even Star Wars, I've seen like Cad Bane's dropped. Ahsoka you can buy cheap now because obviously the next one's coming out. There isn't many Star Wars figures at the moment, especially from the Mando universe that are, you know, are expensive. You know, they're either retail or below. I think at the moment, I think market's dropped quite a lot at the moment.
Yeah.
Are you guys thinking that as well? Is that what you've seen? I think it's quite easy to get figures now that are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a buyer's market. What about yourself, Ian? Did you anything in or out?
Yeah, so I mean, apart from the Batman Robin, in terms of this year, just on that theme, I picked up the Sideshow Hoth, Han and Luke for the first time.
Oh, nice.
Still expensive, but a very good price compared to what it used to be. And I can't wait for. I've got the two Tauntauns coming in 2 or 3 weeks' time. Can't wait. These are visually stunning figures, in my opinion, and I think they're probably my best picks for this. It's my favourite Star Wars movie. The head sculpts, I'm never going to display them without the visor on, and they just look visually superb. They honestly are amazing. So probably my favourite figures this year. But yeah, they were going. I think I picked up both for $350, but a year ago they were going a lot more than that. So a lot more. So I'm
price, man.
really happy
For
with
both,
these.
that's brilliant. Yeah.
Good stuff. What about yourself, Pete? Did you sell anything this week, or did you? pick anything up? Or?
No, I was just going to pick up on with Silver Fox. So yeah, they're great figures, and everything is brilliant apart from the, as you say, the head sculpt. So I've done head swaps on mine, and everything else is great. And obviously you get the benefit, the bonus if you haven't already got a very nice, expensive custom Bespin hand outfit, that he's got the white shirt and the blue jacket underneath that Hoth coat, and barring paying a lot of money for a high-end custom, it's probably the best option for putting together a Bespin hand. So that's a bonus as well. I've got the single one of the Tauntauns coming, so yeah, I'm not quite sure. You said a few weeks. Have you got some sort of confirmation that they're coming that soon, or?
Yeah. So I
okay.
So I ordered one before it officially went up for pre-order, and then I changed quickly and ordered two because there was the mix-up with the two different Tauntauns, the Broken Tusk.
Yeah.
Right. So it was the A and B. So I ordered two, and that's when I decided to just jump in and buy these, because I don't think Hot Toys are going to do these figures. I really don't. So, and it's too important for me. And you know that way when you think a figure would make or break your collection. For me, this would for me. So, So Inbox Studios had said that they would ship the end of December, start of January.
Right. Yeah.
So,
okay. Nice. Yeah, I don't know where I am in the list, but yeah, normally it would be. Yeah, I mean, I got in fairly quick, but obviously, you never know. They sell out quite quick, I think. So, but anyway, yeah, they look fantastic. So I'm looking forward to mine. Yeah, for myself, Shane, I don't think I've had a lot in or out in the last couple of weeks. I've got a few pre-orders that I'm hopefully, including Inart Gandalf, that hopefully will come early in the new year. But it's been pretty quiet for me. Kind of channeling the funds into Christmas presents for the moment. So yeah, pretty quiet. But yeah, hopefully in the new year it'll start up again.
Bloody kids.
Good stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Have you considered like adoption or fostering them out, or
I have, yeah.
Well, actually, yeah. The only Hot Toys that we opened on Christmas Day are for my son. I got him the droid pack with the R5 and the pit droid and the other little one, and I picked up a loose BB-8 from the Force Awakens, so that managed to get that in the bottom of the clamshell. So that's a nice present for him on Christmas Day. When
I made the joke saying, have you considered giving your child up for adoption? The 1 or 2 seconds of silence, I was thinking, Pete knows I'm joking, right? It just actually killed me. No.
Okay,
I thought it was like, what do you mean?
So Pete, when you buy that, when you give it to him, are they going straight on your shelf?
No, they're not actually. We did buy him a cabinet, so
cool.
We picked up a cabinet, so he's already got the we got him the Battle Droid for his birthday in September. So that was the start of it. He doesn't really like human characters or anything. He's really into like robots and all that sort of thing. So he's going to kind of build we've got the IG-12 on pre-order as well. So he's going to start to build up a sort of Hot Toys droid collection. So
he's going to take them all apart and customize them.
Yeah, he better not do. Come up and find his broken
arm
actually
off. Give me an idea there, Dan. You know these people who like, I'm going to buy Harry Potter from Inart from a girlfriend because she's really into Harry Potter. But then it's like, yeah, I suppose you're going to need somewhere to display that, honey. Look, I'll for a small fee, you can display that in my detail or magic case. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Look, guys, thanks for that. I'm just going to address the chat there before we get into this really quickly. It's flight to it. Thanks for everyone for your patience. I was out at a kind of a family meal and it got delayed, so I pushed it half an hour. So thank you. So we got Tragedy Tales in the chat here. Thanks for being here. We also got 12-inch Moose Stream, Noble Young. We got Mike L. Usually he is a channel member. He's usually a panel member. Last 2 weeks then his work schedule's been pretty hectic, so hopefully he'll be joining us again in New Year, because we miss his face. That's, as Ian says, that's as close to compliment as he's going to get off an Irishman, So we got Ian in there as well. We got X-Men Supreme channel member. Thanks very much for being here. Of course, we got Phil, channel member and panel member here. Brad Costi said, hello, I cancelled my Batman hot toy. We are going to be talking about that. It's got QC issue when trying to put the sculpted head on. Interesting. First I've heard about that. We're going to come back to that one. Might actually just start at, might be worth talking about that because we will be talking about the Batman at some stage. We got Jose Plus, or Jose G. Hernandez. I guess he really had to sell his whole collection for the J&D Joker. Yeah, absolutely. It's gone, man. It's gone. So who else do we got? Who else we got here? We got Tragedy Tales as well. He was in early enough. We got Mike Fella as well. We have got Yomo. Collector Joey, thanks very much for being here. We got, who else we got? Yeah, absolutely sold. And I think we got, that's mostly everyone. Got Eddie warming up the chat as well. We're getting there. Brandon Salad, again, another channel member and a gifted photographer. And Blitz Keith, yes, you are right. Those are some intense sweaters. Tell you one thing, they're warm because this room is cold. It's because I keep it closed a lot because the dog comes up here. How did you do that? How did you make it snow? Look at Scarface
because
here.
I'm special.
Do it again. Do it again.
Fireworks, isn't it?
Can everyone make it snow? Or is it just some sort of...
No.
You've got some update, don't you?
I think it's we've talked about this on After Dark or something.
Right.
It's only
Mac.
Mac.
You have a Mac, yeah.
Yeah. I've got Mac.
I'm on an
What?
ancient MacBook, so I don't have it. So it depends what iOS you're on, I suppose. Is it?
I suppose that makes
operating
sense, yeah.
system.
Oh, that one's dope.
Oh,
I've never
nice.
seen that one.
That was you 20 years ago. Listen to the Prodigy.
It was
Sweating balls in some nightclub. Yeah, exactly. Who's the fire starter? Yeah. That was. I can see it, man. I don't even have to imagine too hard. I could see that.
That's a wrong question to ask in a Glaswegian nightclub.
Yeah.
Who's the fire star?
Yeah. All these guys kind of twitching. Like, yeah. All right, folks. Look, we're gonna get straight into it, guys. We're gonna warm you up. We're not gonna. I don't like when the panel is too comfortable. So just for Eddie and Ian, we played this little game called the Snap. We might actually divide up these three snaps to show, and I'm going to give you options. You basically have to pick which one is getting snapped from out of existence forever. These are not easy decisions, folks. So Terminator 1 snapped out of existence, or RoboCop 1 snapped out of existence. What that means is you will never ever be able to watch Terminator 1 again or RoboCop 1 again. You will always have the memory, just like it's Thanos snapping your loved ones away. Ian, I'm going to pick on you first. Go, which one would you snap and get rid of forever?
RoboCop 1.
And you want to back that up, or you want to just kind of...
Just because T1, T2, I love so much. T1 was really different. T2 is obviously better, but it's just different. I love the first RoboCop, and then it went kind of downhill for me. Just the character, the whole aspect around the sci-fi element on Terminator is far better than RoboCop for me. So, and I look at T2 compared to any other RoboCop movie, and I think, right, okay, well, for me, if we don't get T1, we don't get T2. I don't know if that breaks your rules, but Terminator all day for me.
This whole game is absolute nonsense, but I just like watching people squirm. Yeah, so you RoboCop 1 you get rid of. I actually just remembered I haven't actually given my own update as what came in and what came out. Nothing came, well, obviously the big one, the detox were sold. A guy picked up, I shit you not, this guy arrived in a Ford Fiesta. Hear me out. To collect 5 detox, which I had deconstructed for him in fairness. 3 2-hold Calyx, which look so much bigger when they're out of this room and they're stacked. And then all the boxes for them. He just come from the 3 Arena in Dublin, which is like basically a massive arena for concerts. And I was like, oh, you sound engineer? And he goes, I'm the guy who builds the sets. I was like, all right, like what? He goes, well, Ice Cube played in there last week. He arrived with 30 trucks. It contained a stage and a sound system. I put that shit together. And I was thinking, if there is one motherfucker who can fit all this shit in that tiny car, it's this guy. And he did, and he went, and he bought it all. The lights, the detofs, everything. But just want to address... no. Jeddah, actually, just want to give Ryan a shout out there. I really like what he's doing with his grid. And I really, really like the... If you haven't watched his video on the Blaladins, I really, really like them. Ryan, maybe let me know, like, my details are gone now. Have I made a terrible decision? My logic is that in the same footprint behind me, I can fit in 7 Blaladins as opposed to 5 details, and I can maintain, I have another 2 cabinets then for the 1 figure per shelf look, which is just really important to me. But yeah, shout out, I really do appreciate that video you put up there, but let me know if I've made a terrible light choice. Right, so we're going to move on then to Phil. Right, you'd snap one of these away, what would you do?
T1.
T1,
because I prefer T2 to T1. If I get rid of Robocop, I think Robocop is the best out of the 3, not including the remake. So easy decision for me.
Yeah, that's good logic. You get to keep T2. Eddie, I think I know what. Or sorry, Dan. Dan, what do you reckon?
I'd get rid of. They're both obviously classics, but I'd get rid of Robocop because I think Terminator for me is actually, I prefer Terminator 1 to Terminator 2. Obviously, they're both amazing films, but I love the horror aspect of Terminator 1 and the rawness and the 80s, the proper 80s vibe of it, soundtrack. And yeah, I just like Ian said, I don't think if there wasn't the Terminator 1, there wouldn't be a Terminator 2. So you could cheat a little bit like that. And the other RoboCop movies are dreadful. So yeah, I mean, for me, it's, and Schwarzenegger's like sort of breakout role. So I think, apart from Conan, so I think for me, yeah, Terminator 1 would be the one that stays.
Cool. Eddie, I know what you're going to say, and I know why. I'm kind of ashamed of you, and I'm also a bit jealous that you haven't seen it, but go on, tell him. Rip off that Band-Aid, Eddie.
I don't want to play anymore, man. I haven't.
Oh yeah, we bully people here, haven't you heard?
Yeah, well, yeah. It's all on YouTube.
You'll fit in grand.
I haven't seen either of these. I haven't seen either of them,
Oh my god.
Oh, you haven't seen either of them? I told you. That's the most Scottish, Ian. Jesus Christ. Oh,
Look,
God.
I sound like
I
sound like a Russian friend, Joe.
I love T2 and up. I don't know why. I started with T2 and I never went back.
Oh man,
then,
that's your homework. That's your Christmas homework.
Oh man, that'll be my Christmas movie. Terminator.
Yeah.
And same with RoboCop. The only thing I've seen is the Netflix remake. So I haven't seen any of those.
At least you didn't start with RoboCop 3. That would have been awful.
You know, I reached out to Eddie yesterday on Facebook because I streamed to him, and it was like I always like streaming with Eddie because he's blunt, and I think sometimes people who are blunt get like a bad rap, but it's like, no, I'm just speaking my mind and I'm not apologizing for it, and you're never rude, you're blunt. And like we were messaging back and forth, and I made that reference to Step Brothers, like, did we just become best friends? Yeah. But now I'm not so sure anymore, man, because like, you got to see these movies, dude. I'm jealous that you haven't seen them. I'm jealous you get to experience that again for the first time, man. That's cool.
If I had to pick though, I love Arnold and I love the other Terminator movies. I love the whole, I love them. So I have more of a, I'm more inclined to go back and watch Terminator 1. Like RoboCop, I don't know, I get it, it's 80s goodness, but like,
so good.
Other than people telling me to go watch it, I don't really have like a need to go watch it, But Terminator 1, I definitely want to watch it, so I would pick Terminator 1 over.
Do you know what, Eddie? I reckon. Do you have any chance? Sorry, it's a personal question, but do you have any kids or anything like that, or?
No.
All right, because what I was going to suggest, if you had a big family, and if you had like 2 or 3 young kids under the age of 5, that you could all sit around on a Friday night and watch RoboCop. Kids would love it. Yeah, it's got the most horrific death scene that it scared me as a kid, genuinely. But it's bloody good. Thanks. So do you get rid of RoboCop and keep Terminator 1?
For sure.
Okay. And finally then, Pete,
Pretty easy for me. I'd get rid of Terminator. Judging these based purely on these two films, not talking about sequels or anything like that. RoboCop for me is just. I was 12 when it came out, so I was still too young to be watching it, but clearly I was watching it because our local video store at the time didn't give a shit. So me and my brother grew up on this thing. And
shout out to all those video stores.
Absolutely, mate. Yeah. And we would just endlessly quote this movie. As much as Terminator is, I absolutely love Arnold. It's a landmark movie. It's so cool. I would have to go with RoboCop. I absolutely love that film.
What is your favorite RoboCop quote?
I like the I don't know the name. The guy when he goes to the petrol station and he's like, "You a college boy?"
Yeah. Yeah, I love it.
I can hit you in the eye from here. I'm a pretty good shot.
He's such a dick. I hate him.
He is.
I'm a big fan of Can you fly, Bobby? Bobby did not fly so good. Bobby did not fly so good. No.
Mind if I zip this up? It's just brilliant. The whole
he's
thing.
So good.
Yeah.
He's so good. I love him as Red Foreman. But my God, as Clarence Boddicker, because he's not like a big muscle-bound jack guy. He's a regular-looking dude. He could be someone's dad, but he plays the psychopath. I have nothing to lose.
So evil, isn't he? Yeah.
So evil.
Yeah, and then there's like the I could go on forever. The bit where the guy gets covered in the acid. And it's like,
it's disgusting.
No, don't touch me, man.
Oh, it is. And if you ever get a chance, like if you're watching now and you have seen RoboCop, which I presume most people have, but watch the movies that made us on Netflix and watch the RoboCop one. They give the background how it's made. It's interesting. Like it's so. Oh my Pete, you'd love it. You'd absolutely love it.
Look, I just got this in yesterday. I've not watched it yet. It's the RoboDoc that's just come out. It's obviously back to front on your screen, but it's a brand new 5-hour documentary about the making of RoboCop.
Very cool. I'm interested in that. Is that on would that be a DVD now, would it?
No, it's a Blu-ray, mate. Blu-ray.
Would you believe?
It's on Amazon.
I don't own a Blu-ray.
You don't?
And someone very, very kind sent me my first Blu-ray. I've got to collect it tomorrow. It's at the local
depot. You got anything to play it on then?
Nope, no. I've got a record player. I thought maybe if I spun it fast enough, it would project onto the wall. Yeah. I'm gonna work that out. Ryan reckons yes, you've made a terrible life choice. I shouldn't have sold my details. 1 figure per Moducase is the way. Dan, you got Moducase. Have you ever considered putting just 1 figure in the Moducase? No.
No, God, no. I've just ordered some more.
You go, all right. Well, maybe you're thinking about changing the one figure per Moducase.
So what Blu-ray will you not be watching then?
It's the Dark Knight trilogy. It's a Dark Knight trilogy. Yeah. Someone was very, very kind.
You get that in 4K, you know.
And actually, Pete, you said about the quotes.
Yeah.
If you got rid of Terminator, you'd never have the most famous quote of nearly of all time.
I know, but you can see how much I love RoboCop.
I know. I was just thinking.
It's a very hard choice, but yeah, absolutely. I know, but yeah.
I can see where he's come. JB, I met Michael Bean this summer at Dublin Comic Con. Actually, just have to have this next to me. That's me and Linda Hamilton.
Nice.
That's me in the T1000. Oh, this room is an absolute mess. There's stuff I can reach for several figures there. And that's me and Michael Bean.
You watched season 2 of Reacher yet?
No, I haven't watched any of it. And actually, I was out for dinner with my girlfriend's family. Her father turned 60, and he was telling me to watch go watch Reacher. So that's like Jack Reacher from the comic books, I believe. Would that be right?
Yeah.
So. I remember seeing the one with Tom. Oh, JB has a great one. Bitches leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very, very good. Yeah, very good, very good. Yeah. So yeah, he's got some great quotes.
Shane, when are you getting the new cabinet?
So you can't see it behind me, but the riser I bought for it is a TV stand. I needed something that was those Blaladins are 35 centimeters in width, so the whole point in me doing this is I actually really like the black frames, and they're 35 centimeters long, so 7 of them is 245, so I needed something basically 2.5 meters. So I found this TV stand. It took me the whole weekend to put this thing together. It was 3 boxes, 4 separate parts. It was my knees. I was explaining this to Ian. I literally spent hours on it on Saturday and hours on a Sunday, and on Sunday I woke up, didn't shower, got straight into it. I smelled disgusting by the end of it.
Oh, God.
And my knees, you know that meme, I'm in my prime, my knees, the fuck you are. My knees were hammered, absolutely hammered. So I felt like I just run a marathon this week. Welcome to 40s, you know. But so to answer your question, over Christmas. I've got the Luke lights for them and all the channels and stuff like that, and ways of hiding the wires. So yeah, that'll be done. Right, folks, we're going to talk about some figures. So, and the first one on the menu, brief chat on Hono Future. Look, we're not going to delve too much into this, but I'm going to maybe see if anyone just wants to chime in on this. So we got it. Okay, so obviously Hono have announced the Wolverine, and then they popped up this yoke here. So this video here, and I believe I can make that full screen. So a total of 40 seconds was put into that. Stop. Okay, why is this constantly on repeat? I'm trying to stop it here, but okay, there we go. Now I'm going to exit out. Okay, then it won't start playing again. Right, so they spent a total of 42 seconds on that. And there's Magneto and Thor. Eddie, I know you're a big Thor fan. Is this something that does interest you?
Yeah, it's exciting. I definitely want a good looking comic Thor. Although they, from the Wolverine anyway, it seems that these are low accessory figures, and I'm kind of hoping Thor and Magneto come with a lot. Like,
what does Thor need to come with?
Well, I want him to come with some lightning effects, you know, for the hammer or for him, or even how with the movie Thors they have those swap out like the metal things on his armor.
Yeah.
I would like to have like those swap out with lightning, and I would like a die-cast Mjolnir. That would be dope. Several different hammers, several different helmets. Like, there's a lot that I want with Thor, but it'll be cool if he just gets Mjolnir. I'm good with it. But Magneto, him too. I'd love to see him come with some different aura effects and different like metal stuff that you could like attach to his hand, and like, yeah, there's a lot of cool effects they could do. So I'm excited for them, and to see what they look like and what we get. But yeah, it's exciting. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I figured you'd be into the Thor, right? Because you're a big Thor fan. I gotta say, I really like that. I really like that Wolverine. I know it's not something I normally would collect, but it's just right off the screen of X-Men '97, and looks the business. That typical kind of yellow uniform with the two profile Batmans kissing each other. Once you see it, you can't unsee that mask. You know what I'm talking about, folks. It's bloody cool though. I haven't completely ruled it out, but yeah, I think this line would be, if they do a bunch of them, to do like a Cyclops and a Cable and a Magneto and a Gambit and a Rogue and a Jubilee and all that, and all together, that could look super on the shelf, like, you know, or in your module case or whatever you choose to display. Is anyone? Do you know what? We'll just get to the point really and quickly on this. Has anyone ordered the Wolverine, and is anyone really excited about Hono? Right. So, and have you and Phil, you ordered the Wolverine, didn't you?
PO did, yeah. Last Sunday.
Good stuff. And Eddie, have you already ordered the Wolverine?
Yeah.
Good stuff. Excellent. What about anyone else? Anyone else keen or no? Cool. Good stuff. We'll just kind of move on. Unless anyone has anything they want to add. Okay. I think this next one could be a quick one as well, folks, because it's basically your, I suppose, would you even consider it a 2.0? But yeah, we're going to talk about Paz Vizsla, or the heavy infantry Mondo at 2.0. So, all right. I had the original, this great figure, really cool armor, like a lot of Mandalorians. but I just felt that every time I went into the collection room, I didn't look at it that much. Whereas, you know, I walk by I know downstairs let me see, the Mark 47 that I posed up, and I'm like, man, I really like that pose. And you know, I'll see it from the front, and that's where I look at it all the time, from the front. But then I look from the side, I was like, this actually looks good from the side as well. Or I find a little detail on the Spider-Man or something like that. But I found I just wasn't looking at as much, and it is cool, but I ended up selling it on. So what about you? Anyone here actually ordered this one?
No, I got the original.
No.
So.
Oh, sorry.
You're sorry? Oh, you've the original. Yeah, you still have the original, yeah?
Yeah, I've got the original. Other than the
Stuff?
shield.
Yeah, it's kind of the thing that looks like a jellyfish.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure how.
A frisbee from Tron.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how I felt about
Yeah.
the shields even in the live action. I wasn't too gone on them. I was thinking, aren't most of the armors made from Beskar? Shouldn't that be the job? You know what? I think the shield was a bit like. I thought it was a bit forced. I didn't really particularly care for it in the show, to be honest. But
It's just to allow them to release a new figure, Shane.
yeah. But I mean, if they had held off, they could have included the kind of, you know, overheated gun that he had from Mandalorian.
Yeah, you got by
season.
IG-12 to get that. haven't
Yeah,
you?
exactly.
It's all
So,
very clever.
We see what they're doing. We see
Yeah,
what they're doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, look, it's a great looking piece. The first one was
Yeah.
great, and this is the same one with a different nameplate. Anyone burst into the seams to talk about this one? Because I don't want to.
Shane, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
This is similar to what we were talking about at the beginning. I'll probably pick this up later when it's dropped, because this will come down definitely from
100%. Yeah.
what it is now. So the same with I'm looking at picking up Quill because I just really love the figure. I've seen it for great price, so I'll probably pick that up eventually. But yeah, this is something I'll probably get 5-6 months down the line and see how much it goes down to. But I think it's a good figure. I think it looks great. I mean, it's got like you said, it might have a lot of shelf presence. I don't know. I've not got it, so but
Oh, it does. You know. It does have shelf presence. For some reason, I just didn't. I just usually even really old figures I have. Like a simple example, I walked into the living room downstairs today, and I've got that Homecoming Spider-Man with the hoodie and all the gear on, and I just caught the left side of the figure and where the hoodie was over his head and the headphones, and just the way the hoodie was sitting on the head, I was like, that looks so natural. I think it's deadly, and just little things like that. But I didn't catch myself admiring it as much as it probably deserved to be admired. So I sold it on. Yeah,
I agree. I mean, you look at objectively, you look at pretty much every Hot Toys figure, and they're absolutely fantastic. But it's about whether you feel the love for that figure.
Yeah.
And you know, I can say that this looks brilliant, and you know, it's a great figure, but it's just not something that has a connection for me. But yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Unless anyone has anything else to add, we'll move on and talk about Reva. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna actually. Is anyone actually getting Reva, or are we all? No one.
Again, I might pick it up later if I like it with all the others. If they all come out with the other Inquisitors, might be quite cool. But I think she's actually a great figure. But the source material wasn't for everyone. I wouldn't mind watching Obi-Wan again and just seeing it. I've only watched it once all the way through. Perhaps give it another go. But I mean, I think she's a great figure. I think I love the uniform, the outfit. I think she looks great. It's nice to have a female sort of Sith, sort of Inquisitor sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because there's not many of those out there. I think she looks great. And again, I think this will either be an expensive one because they didn't make many, or this will be cheap in a few months, and you'll be able to pick. Because even the Grand Inquisitor's dropped already to good prices. So I mean, be interesting to see. But I think she's a great figure, but just doesn't fit with any of my collection at the moment. So I haven't got any Inquisitors. I've only got Vader that is more with the the more with the original trilogy. I probably won't get Vader because I have one figure per character. That thing. And
I get you. Yeah.
yeah. I won't get the Vader from Obi-Wan because I've got the Vader from Empire, and that's the one. That's my Vader. That's the one I love more than anything. So, be interesting to see if this sells. But I think it's a really good figure, but just not a great time for these sort of.
Dan, if you're gonna, I don't know if you see, if you're gonna rewatch Obi-Wan, there's a great fan edit
that's about to say
down to like a 2-hour movie.
Oh, really?
Easier
Is it
watch.
on YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I downloaded it from somewhere, but have a look for it. I can't
Okay.
remember who it is,
Okay.
But it's
good. Does it make a lot of sense?
Absolutely. Because there's a lot of, I think there's a lot of flab in that series.
Did they cut out the scenes of her hunting down to kill Luke to kill him?
To be honest, I can't remember, but
I mean, that for me, you're right, Shane. That's the most pointless part of the whole thing. To break up the great fight with Obi and Vader, which was pretty epic, to that which had no outcome. You all knew what's going to happen. I felt
like the
writing was dreadful for that. I think
there is with that. Man, you've hit the nail on the head there. I felt that with that. Everyone was watching that show and all they wanted to see was the two boys have another fight. That's what I wanted to see, if I was being honest. And I wanted him to... I remember being in a live stream before it happened going, I want him to crack a lightsaber off Vader's mask and crack it open. And I think everyone suspected that's what's going to happen. That's what that happened. I think they did that really well. But there is... I remember years ago somebody gifted me seasons 1 to 6 of Family Guy on DVD. Back in the days when I had DVDs. And I remember there was one particular scene where they had all these people at an air show, right? So it shows the bleachers, the stands at an air show, and they're watching this plane do all these maneuvers, and the plane is like looking like it's about to crash, and the crowd get really excited and go oh, and then it pulls off this stunt and doesn't crash, and all the crowd go oh, and then the same thing happens again 2 seconds later, oh. And it goes on for like a minute and all the crowd are there for us to see the crash. I felt like that reminded me of that when everyone was watching and we're getting so into the Vader scenes and the fight, and then it switches to Rever chasing Luke for some reason, just like no one really, it just didn't make sense, like, but yeah.
And she survived a lightsaber. Did she get hit by a lightsaber by Vader through the stomach? Was it that one?
Yeah.
Yep.
What is
and so did the Inquisitor, but then again, like Maul got cut in half, and as much as I watched all the Clone Wars and committed to all 7 seasons, and there was aspects I thought were really strong. For the last 4 episodes of the last season 7, just fantastic stuff. Ahsoka's story arc, all that. But like when I saw him reappear, I was like, that is the stupidest thing Star Wars has ever done. He should be dead. You know what I mean? But Star Wars be Star Wars. No one's really gone. You know, you have to. You have to suspend disbelief to an extent. I can do that to an extent, but sometimes I want to know the rules of the game. What do lightsabers cut? What did they not cut? Really simple stuff. I know it's Space Wars and it's not real life and science fiction and we go for escapism, but I like a bit of like rules of engagement, like, you know, what powers can do what, because I think that gives you stakes, and if there's no stakes, it's hard to get invested in the characters emotionally, and that's what you was kind of.
Well, I think
if they bring back Iron Man.
That's going to definitely happen. You're definitely going to see Robert Downey Jr. 100% after how bad Marvel's been performing, and with Secret Wars and things like that. He will definitely be back. I think you'll see Chris Evans and everything. I think they're. And
I was just posted now that Majors has been found guilty apparently.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw. We were literally just talking about that last night on Let's Get Nuts and Ben Thomas's show, and we were kind of going, look, innocent until proven guilty, which is fair.
Guilty now.
But so he's guilty now. Yeah, so that means like was there any word like what happens? Does he get sentenced, or is it a fine, or how does it work, or
he's definitely get jail time? Won't he? I can imagine.
What did he actually do? Like in a nutshell, I haven't been following it. Like, what did he do?
I can't figure that out either. I'm not following it, but I see different stuff on social media, like that.
Did he assault somebody?
That's what the narrative is, I guess, that he and his ex-girlfriend had an altercation, and that
Assaulting
he
his former
was
girlfriend, yeah.
aggressive in the altercation. But I haven't seen anything other than that. The only actual like video I saw was him running away from her. So I was like,
I've just got this thing on
I have no idea.
Layow's just thing. Looper. Disney have officially announced that Jonathan Majors will no longer star as Kang.
So Disney were waiting to see the verdict to see if it was salvageable.
So,
I don't really.
Tell you what, will this figure come out? That's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Because that's
it will. It will. Ezra Miller is coming out, so.
But has Ezra Miller been found guilty?
But have they ever done that before? Have they ever cancelled a figure on some moral ground?
No, it's going to be wow. I don't know.
Do you know?
Because Ezra Miller's not been to court yet, as he's not. Obviously, he's a wrong one, but he's not been charged with anything. I don't know, but it'd be interesting to see because obviously Disney and how would they feel about releasing a figure that's lifelike of Jonathan Majors? It's not like a,
I reckon they'll cancel it. Personally.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
They will. Yeah.
Really?
Disney, man.
Yeah.
You think so?
They'll just change the nameplate.
Yeah.
So
what?
Hadman 23 said Miller pleaded guilty. So there might be wrong. I might, with that, but like Tooley's just said, look what happened to Cara Dune with some comments she made, and they cancelled. But they'd not already pre-ordered the figure for Cara Dune, did they?
No.
This figure's due next year. So
and the pre-order's already been taken. I said last night in the show, though, I think we were fairly logical in the show last night. We were like, it's innocent and proven guilty. He hadn't been proven guilty at the time, or it wasn't enough. I think the language I was using was enough evidence to convict. So, but I did say that if he was found guilty, and the evidence suggests he's found guilty, that then there should be a consequence, and he should lose out. Do you know? I don't know. I don't know what he did, but I presume the people who in the courtrooms they're the professionals, they're the experts, they're the ones that have looked at the evidence, and they've said that he was guilty. So I do think there should be some consequence. I don't think you can get away with stuff.
They'll recast Kang, won't they? They have to recast it. Just recast him.
Yeah.
I think it's an opportunity for Kang not to return. I really am not too enamored by that character. I don't know. Is anyone here blown away by Kang? Please, someone argue with me.
No.
Come on, what am I not seeing? I thought the Victor Timely, I thought it was a little ridiculous. It was like, so you're just going to pause and with an English accent every now and then, kind of that's acting now. I didn't.
Is that in Loki? I've not seen Loki yet. I've not seen that.
Well, no, spoilers.
No, it's fine, mate. It's fine. I will watch it. I tried to watch it, but I'm a bit marvelled out at the moment to the point where nothing's exciting me. Like, what's that
what
new
if,
show
though?
with
Friday?
What is?
What if season 2?
It's called What If?
I quite enjoyed
What
that,
Is?
actually. That's right. What's the other one with the girl from
Echo?
Echo. Yeah, that doesn't. I'm not interested. I don't know. It just doesn't seem to anything that's really exciting me more than. Has anyone seen Gen V yet?
Yeah, brilliant.
I absolutely love that. The new Boys spin-off. I'd love figures from that.
Yeah, that is not necessarily one that I need figures for, but like for other people like yourself who want them, hopefully to do that. But just really good writing, really good action, and you know what? It's fresh. The opening 5 minutes of Gen V, I was like, well, I've never seen someone get killed by that. You know what I mean?
But there's a few in that episode. There's a few.
Is
it worse than the one in The Boys where he's up that guy's ass?
No. It's not that bad. It's not that bad, Shane. That was bad.
It's still gross.
Yeah.
But when I say about figures from
bad.
that, when I say about figures from that, okay, your Gen V.
Is it from that specific scene, Dan?
He wants the guy who answers the door.
I would really like to see figures from The Boys, like not from Star Race.
On Star Race, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like and I'm not saying Gen V because there are a lot of them are just like 20-something kids in. I'm talking about like the Homelanders and Build the Book, like proper, good figures. And I think because Marvel is dwindling a little bit. There's not a lot of new things coming out. I don't think the boys would be the Hot Toys' saviour of that, because they can just go back and do older figures and like the Batmans and whatever, and redo like what we've seen last week. But it'd be nice to see some fresh stuff from Hot Toys going, oh, we're going to do the line of the boys or something like that.
The Deeper Than Octopus accessory.
Yeah. But, yeah. Or not the small girl with her accessory in the first episode. That wouldn't get past a lot of the...
This one here, Arnold had a kid with his nanny. Is anyone turning down a Terminator? Is this Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah.
And when you say his nanny, is that like a nickname for someone who minded his kid or something?
No, he had an affair with his nanny, didn't he?
With
he had a kid.
Kid's name.
Yeah.
His grandmother.
No, like his live-in
like a nanny
/ nanny.
Yeah.
Right. So, but like, was this okay? Yeah, because okay. So his childminder, but like,
yes,
that's not illegal though, wouldn't that be? Like, that's not to have an affair, although morally wrong. It's not illegal. Do you know what I mean?
But yeah, I know what you mean, because nanny and for me, mine is a grandmother in the UK, so nanny in somewhere else could.
Yeah, but I presume in this context, this means he had an affair with his childminder.
Yeah.
So, and I presume that childminder was, a consenting adult. So he had an affair, which is wrong. But like, again, I don't know the details of this, but it's not illegal.
That's
like,
definitely not
Majors
something
assaulted someone.
in Hollywood that's happened before, is it?
Shane, you didn't ever watch that documentary they just put on Netflix from Arnold?
Yeah, it's really good.
It's really good, but I don't think they mentioned that part.
They mentioned it on the third part.
Oh, I didn't watch the third episode.
Okay.
All right.
The third episode goes mostly into his government work.
Yeah.
And politics, but he mentions it in there.
To drag it all
up. All right. Okay. But I mean, like, there's a difference between he had an affair. It's morally wrong. People get hurt. But. That's
he's
wrong,
a legend.
But it's not illegal.
He's got donkeys that live in his house. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
That freaking truck he drives around in. What the hell?
Yeah. So we've got slightly off topic here, but
that's what it's all about.
Wasn't he involved with the design of the Hummer?
Apparently, I think he was.
What did he do? Oh, right, the Hummer vehicle.
I think he was involved with the when they designed the Hummer. Kind of like it's very him, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So no one is getting this figure then. No one on the panel.
No.
But Dan, you potentially interested if it drops down in price. Would that summarize?
Yeah, a long way. Yeah, it's not on the top of my list at all.
Yeah.
Bargain bin.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty good though. I think it's pretty good. I mean,
it's brilliant.
Like the in terms of prototype head sculpts, I am really looking forward to seeing how the Inart Aragorn ends up. I also have watching that Final Swings Tom Holland suit with a keen eye. Yeah. And this one here, I think this one, the head sculpt was phenomenal in the prototype. I think it definitely took a little bit of a hit. Could benefit from rolling eyes, I think, definitely. But overall, I think it's a strong head sculpt. The outfit looks strong. It's just not a character that I cared for. And that was just really the writing. Just didn't, I thought it was a bit silly, but...
Yeah, I think if the show was a success, this would go. It wouldn't be able to go to the simple fact is that the show was so poor. You're not going to invest in the Obi. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've ordered the Obi-Wan and the Vader, but I'm not going to get the
Vader. Got the Vader,
yeah. I'm not going to get any of the Inquisitors. So it's where you're going to put it. I mean,
yeah. But like at the end of the day, if you like this character and you're big into it, and you're sitting here watching and.
She's phenomenal as a figure. As a standalone, she's phenomenal.
We'll recommend though, get yourself some CCFLs, folks. Come on, just careful who you buy from. Look, I have CCFLs. I've had them for probably a year now. Coming up on it. Really like them. But yeah, I've heard horror stories as well at the same time. But
just make your own.
This would definitely benefit. Yeah, but you're you're like good at it now and stuff.
Yeah. There was a lot of trial and error.
Yeah, did you hear about Shane's house that burned down?
I've snapped a lot of those tubes in my time, but yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. Right, so there's who else? What the next? All right, we're gonna move on to something slightly different here. So, right, so it's that time. Can people in the chat let me know if you can hear the background music? I can't. I think there's something wrong with the background tracks won't play properly.
It's on. I can hear it, mate.
We can hear it.
Is it too loud by any chance, or?
No.
It's okay.
It's all
Just
right.
right. Okay, good stuff. Right, 58 people watching live. Really appreciate that. If you enjoy the content, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. And I'm going to be posting a link there so you can cast your vote for Figure of the Year as well if you haven't already done so. We'll get to that. So, or a more random movie recommendation. I'm going to go first this time. It's not an obscure movie. I am going back watching all the X-Men movies. I'm not the biggest fan of the X-Men movies, but I am a big fan of Hugh Jackman's portrayal as Wolverine. So I've watched the first 3 Fox trilogy. I went back and I watched Origins. I appreciate Deadpool so much more. Now I have to remind myself how awful that first version is. And the Wolverine. And at the weekend I watched Logan again. And I liked Logan when I first watched it. I really liked it. My God, I forgot how bloody good that movie is. So if you haven't seen Logan, which I presume everyone in the chat and the panel has, watch it. But even if you have and you're like, why are you recommending Logan? Clearly you've seen it. Go back and watch it again. It is so goddamn good. I completely forgot how good it is. Hugh Jackman, he plays the part of a dying Logan Wolverine so well that he doesn't walk straight in the whole movie. He's always limping or carrying himself. I really believe he was dying in it, but he's still absolutely jacked up in it. The action scenes are fantastic. The girl Daphne, I can't remember her second name, plays X-23. Some of the fight scenes in that, she is really, really works. I think she's a great actress, even though she's like mute in half the movie. Just a really, really, really good Wolverine movie. Again, I know it's not news, it's a good movie, but I just really forgotten how good a movie it was. So that's my random movie recommendation. Not so random movie recommendation. Anyone else want to jump in there, folks?
Philadelphia.
I've never seen that. Tell us more.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a feel-good movie, but I think it's set during the I don't know if AIDS pandemic is the wrong wording really, but it was during when AIDS was becoming a bit of a pandemic. I think he was a lawyer, if I remember rightly. It's been years since I've watched it.
Correct. Yeah.
He had AIDS, and then it's basically the story of, unfortunately, his deterioration. Yes, it's not a feel-good Christmassy movie, but it's
not a family movie then.
I suppose you could sit down with the family. There's no violence or anything in it, but but it's strong, powerful movie, really good.
Yeah, that's one I definitely have to watch. I remember always seeing ads for it when I was too young to watch it, but yeah, I was still watching RoboCop and Terminator 2. But it's something that I've always heard good reports. I must actually check it out. What do you reckon, Ian? What you have for us this week?
Oh, I thought you were going to ask this, so I'd been thinking about it, and I had a couple of things, and then Lucy said, "No, go for a British football thug movie." Trust me, that's what she said. So,
yeah,
I would. So okay, so recommendation: The Firm.
The Firm,
2009, not The Firm. Firm.
Firm.
Not
is that FIRM?
Correct. It's similar to film.
All right.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm working really hard. I'm saying Thanos now properly and film.
Thanos.
Great fucking struggles for both of them, but I'm trying. Fuck, you pricks.
You just say movies.
There was a time when I didn't swear on this show.
No, yeah.
I remember those days.
Yeah, The Firm.
So The Firm, it's a remake from the 1989 movie that Gary Oldman was in. So it's a football gang culture in London. So this is 1989. Paul Anderson, who plays
Is that what qualifies as culture these days in London?
Well, maybe.
Go on.
But Paul, it's cheesy. It's kind of there's this kind of thug element, but Paul Anderson is awesome as that character in this unhinged type of football leader, and the 80s soundtrack is absolutely awesome on this, like Soft Cell, Paul Weller, The Jam. It's really awesome, and when you go back, the culture, like the Sergio Tacchini clothing, LS, that kind of thing. But for what it is, and it inspired other movies like Green Street. So, but for me, Paul Anderson's portrayal of that character, his acting is absolutely superb. So, I'm raising that. I know that there's 5 UK and Ireland people here, and Eddie's on his own, but I'll throw that out there for everybody else that's overseas.
Yeah, well, we're very inclusive here, and in fairness, a lot of people on LWO aren't necessarily Latino. I've been on there. I've been an honorary Latino on there, so they're very inclusive too. Like, so it's nice to return the favor. Like, so. Yeah. So, what's your random movie recommendation, Eddie?
I don't know if you guys ever seen The Gentleman.
Yep.
Yeah, great movie.
Okay,
yeah.
Maybe because you guys are all from overseas, you've seen it.
Yeah.
Great movie.
They're kind of like.
No, you're from overseas. We're not.
We were all in it. We were extras. You not see us in the background?
Yeah,
This guy coming over us, telling us we're overseas.
Telling us to watch our movies. Proper naughty boy.
That was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I guess
Charlie Hunnam's brilliant in that.
Oh, dude,
I
love that actor, man.
Do you know that bit where he's they're trying to find the rich family, their daughter's a junkie, and they go to try and find him.
Yeah.
And he goes in with his 2 or 3 muscle-bound bodyguards. Not that he needs them, because he's holding a machine gun under his coat, like. But he arrives in, and these 2 guys like kind of square up as if they're going to do something, and he's kind of looking at him, and his friend's going, "You're not going to do anything," and he goes, "No, I lift." And I think he's rolling a joint at the time, and he goes, he didn't even look at him, and he just goes, "You wouldn't lift a wheel of cheese, you cunt." And that just, every single time, the way he says it with such disrespect, and like, you were the furthest thing from a threat here. You shouldn't even be talking about it. His arrogance, it's so funny, like. But yeah, great movie.
Yeah, I love that.
What do you reckon, Pete?
I'm going to piggyback on that and something similar. In Bruges,
Yeah.
Colin Farrell is absolutely, that's his best role for me. I love that. That film is so funny. Yeah. It's just so I don't know. It's really deadpan, but it's really funny, and there's a lot of funny capers in there where he's like his fellow hitman's trying to knock him off and all this kind of thing, and it's just really good. Yeah,
his character in The Gentleman is brilliant as well. Like the boys come in and they try and stab him in Chipper, and he just takes him apart. I love it. It's so good. It's so good. And so is Dan? You haven't gone yet, have you?
Yeah, mine it's quite an old one, 1979. It's called The Wanderers. I don't know if anyone's ever seen it. It's based about gangs in the Bronx. It's got an amazing soundtrack. It's got like Karen Allen's one of her first roles, from Indiana Jones. Marion, she's in it. Got a few. It's like an Italians, and like back in the 50s, they all had gangs. Like it would be like the Chinese, the Italians, the Irish all together. Do you know what I mean? And it's called The Wanderers. It's a film that I watched when I was quite young, and I watched it a little while ago, and it's awesome. It's a really good film. It's quite dark. It goes quite dark in some stages. It's set in like, I'm just having a look at it, set in the Bronx in 1963. And it follows a gang of Italian-American teenagers known as the Wanderers and their ongoing struggles with rival gangs such as the Baldies. It's like all like skinheads and all. It's a really good film.
It's just making me think of that scene in Anchorman, Dan, where they all come out. The gangs.
Yeah. Do you know what?
Brad,
There's a scene in that, Pete. There's a scene in the
Yeah.
film. I won't ruin it.
Right. It's just like
and
that.
It's in a football field, and it's like that, and it's absolutely, it's a big fight scene.
Oh, I love to have
They
a look.
must have got it from that.
Yeah.
Because it is brilliant. It's one of my favourite scenes in the film. But yeah, it's similar to it. The Warriors and the Wanderers were the same. They came out.
Yeah,
because
my dad made me watch this movie, The Warriors, a few Christmases ago, and yeah, I really liked it. And it was kind of like,
yeah,
it was like, I think I'd gone home for Christmas, and Mum was tired. She went to bed, and like, you know. My dad's we're different people, we're into different things, but like, you know, he makes an effort, like he's like, yeah, Shane likes movies, so it was like that little watching this movie that he appreciated when he was younger, like, and it was just cool, just like Mad Max. He was the first person to show me
I mean, Mad Max is the same sort of thing, but but if you can try and look at the Wanderers, it's a great soundtrack, loads of 50s 60s stuff, you know, classics. Just try and watch it. It's good, guys.
Cool. This is this line. I only watched The Warriors, I think maybe once, maybe twice. This, can you dig it? Was there like a voiceover at certain parts of that movie, like a DJ?
No, it was the guy in the. It was the leader of all the gangs, wasn't it? That he said it in a. He was doing a speech.
At the start. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
I'm sure it was cool. That. Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah. Yeah, excellent stuff. Good recommendations. If anyone's stuck over Christmas when you've a bit of time off. Right, so we're going to take a look at, I suppose, the big release of this this week. But I would argue, probably, judging from some of the data coming back, one of the bigger releases of the year. So we're going to look at the Hot Toys Batman. So finally, they've stopped playing chicken, and they've actually... one of the companies at least have released their versions so far. Now this one I imagine there's going to be a lot of interest in. So, who wants to go first on this? 61 people watching the chat. Thank you very much for being here. Make sure you like, subscribe. And
Shane, I've got to go, dude. I've got a lot on tomorrow, but
no problem.
Thanks for having me on, guys. If I don't speak to you all before, Merry Christmas to everyone in the chat.
To you, mate.
Same to you, Dan.
And just quickly, my figure of the year is Peacemaker. All right. There you go.
Cool. Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. Thanks very much. Great.
Guys.
See you again. See you again.
Yeah, bye,
see you again. Good stuff. It's a great pick as well. Peacemaker is a great figure. So thanks very much to 61 people watching live. If you're watching the replay, maybe consider liking and subscribing. All right. So anyone want to chime in on this? Who's getting this? Who's hyped about this? What do you think?
I'll go quickly. Amazing figure. Haven't ordered it yet. Probably will at some point, but I haven't got it. Get it.
But you're keen on this. You don't own a Batman, I believe. Is that right?
I bought the Tech Suit 2.0. Tactical suit.
Oh, the Just League one. Yeah.
But this is phenomenal.
Good stuff. And Eno.
Oh, for a while when this came out, or when it was revealed, I was like, no, I'm not getting it. I love the movie, but I love Batman with a strong villain, and I wasn't so keen. I mean, Colin Farrell's awesome, and they're building that layer for him. So I was like, no, I'll sit on it. And then when I saw a couple of photos, I love motorbikes, and I saw this, and it was like within 24 hours we were talking. I said, no, I'm not fussed about this. And then I bought both. I bought the bike and Patterson. I was like, can't pass this up. It looks awesome. And now I'm looking at the third party Riddler figure. You know, the more that I watch the movie, I mean, I love the movie.
Yan Toys
that I've watched it.
Sorry? Was that Riddler by the one by Yan Toys? Was it?
There were a couple.
Yes,
there was a couple. Yeah.
So I mean, I would have to weather it. That figure's just too bright. I'd weather it if I was getting it, but I was like, "What? No, I need to get this." And I saw it was selling out quite fast, so didn't want to miss out. And you know, I'm a hypocrite. So.
No, you just changed your mind. That's completely okay. Like, you know, It's funny.
Yeah, I think it looks great. I'm not a big enough fan of the movie to go ahead and buy it, but I think I said yesterday I really like the bike. I know that it didn't play a massive part in the movie, but just as a standalone piece, I was having a look at the couple of unboxings, and I love it. And I'd be quite happy to. I'm thinking about, not now, but maybe if the price drops a bit, to pick one up to just stick any Batman on, to be honest, because I just think it's a really nice piece, and I might look at getting one of those at some point.
Yeah, I think they've done good,
because a part of that movie was filmed in my hometown in Glasgow, especially the end scene on the bike with Kravitz, Catwoman.
Yeah,
that's in my hometown. I cannot pass that up.
Nah,
It'd be criminal.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So, which specific part was filmed in your hometown? Did you say?
There was quite a lot of it actually in Glasgow. So,
Right.
but at the end scene, see at the very end scene when Kravitz and
When they
Pattinson
cycle away, cycle?
they cycle away, yeah. So
I have an image of them cycling like. Yeah. So that's at the end.
But yeah,
so
it's
Glasgow.
yeah. But there was quite a few bits of it. You see, they filmed quite a bit of it in Glasgow, and then they made it to not look like Glasgow, which is quite positive.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah, it's with this, I ordered the Hot Toys one with the complete set, with the deluxe, with the modular base and the signal. I just like the idea of essentially one purchase, but it comes with a lot. And one of the main reasons I did it was because, as much as I liked the head sculpt or the accessories or everything it came with and all that, and the prototype images and the bat signal, because I don't have a bat signal, I kind of suspected that they weren't going to do a lot from this movie. And the movie came out 18 months ago, and we still have no sign of a Riddler, we still have no sign of Zoe Kravitz. They teased the Batmobile, but I don't think it get that Batmobile anyway. But at the same time, I felt that okay, this might be the only thing that they released. So the companion piece is the signal, so you could have him, posing some kind of cool pose on top of the steps, and then the signal behind him. That's your representation from that movie, and I think that is a good gauge of how much I love the movie. I don't have to go down the full line, but there isn't a full line anyway. Then I saw the Inart one, and I really like the rooted hair in it. So I'm tempted on getting the single rooted hair Inart one. I think this turned out really well. I don't know why. This is $5.15 for the signal and the modular base and the deluxe version. Interesting the way, I think originally I heard complaints that, why are you giving this hairpiece? Because this is more like when he's Bruce Wayne in the funeral scene. He never looks like this when he takes off the cowl because his hair is messy and sweaty. And then they updated it, which is, look, like they know who Inart is. That has to be we want this tip top. They updated it and they changed the proportion. I think they slightly changed the coloring. They included that this was the metal, that the thing, the bat symbol on his chest was die-cast removable. And of course they updated the sculpt a bit, and now they've included two hair pieces. The messy one, I think the messy one looks really good, but I'll never use this one. I thought it interesting the way they still included it when it didn't really make sense, but hey, it's still pretty cool the way they did include it. I'll never use this one, but I think the messy one looks really good. Seems to be a lot of nicks and stuff like that, and little chips taken off the cowl on this one, because I know that the detail in the Inart one is very, very detailed as well. I do think Inart are going to have the edge with the head sculpt, and if the rooted hair turns out as good as the prototype, I do think they'll have the edge on the realism, but I still think this is very, very strong.
It's the head sculpt, I believe, is causing the QC issue. As per
What's up
Jeddah.
with actually, sorry, Jeddah, did Jeddah mention that or something?
Yeah,
I can see Brad mentioned this. Hello, I cancelled my Batman hot toy. It's got QC issue when trying to put the sculpted head on, going with the Inart, and then I think Ryan Jeddah Patrol commented saying it's a bad design. I presume that's in reference to this.
It's very. He does, yeah. It's very similar to the Hunter figure. So where they've got longer hair because of the plastic, it catches on the when you try to sort of push it into the plug. Yeah, it's a nightmare. I mean, the Hunter one, you can sort of pull the peg forward and pop it in, but with this, I don't think you can because there's a collar there for the head sculpt to go into.
So talk me through. There's an issue getting the unmasked head sculpt on, is it?
So when you have when you take off the cowl head, they have an extra neck piece that sits in between the suit and the uncowled head. Yeah. And that neck is really long, and it goes into the chest like deep, and it doesn't go quite deep enough to peg in correctly. So when you try to push it in, it catches on the back of his hair, and it can't peg in right. It catches on the collar, so it kind of sits stumpy, and it's not pegged in all the way.
Right. So does it? Who did you see this in a video or?
Jeddah
shows it in his video, and then MRC Collections, I think he talks about it. I think he actually got it pegged in, but he just mentioned that it looks very stumpy.
I mean, if it's the hair that's catching, just drop it in some boiling water for 20 seconds, and then push it down, and then obviously then the hair will be softer and it'll move away. Whether then that'll look bad in its own way, I don't know, but it would be an easy way of actually getting it to clear the collar.
My plan would be, if I if my plan would be that if I was to, like this one I have paid off, so if I was to get this and then the Inart single rooted, the reason I'm getting the reason I have any interest in that is because I just think the head sculpt and the rooted hair is so good. And if I'm buying it for that, I'm going to be displaying it unmasked holding the cowl. So therefore this one will be displayed on the modular base with the bat symbol, and this one will have the cowl on. But that just suits my situation, but that's not fair on, say, people who have committed to this. And if it's a QC issue, that's a bit of a balls, because I put a video up on this, and in some of the shots, now not this one actually, it's sitting really nice here, the cape, it's sitting really plush on the shoulder, but in some of them, whatever way it's foots, there was a nasty gap between the cape and the shoulder. I'm not sure if they tried to make it look like it was billowing or what, and I was kind of going, yeah, I'm kind of nitpicking here, and someone put a video, and someone put a comment saying, dude, you're complaining that a toy's cape is not sitting right. And I was like, man, ... And everyone knows that when you finish the sentence with ... it's go fuck yourself. That's what it means. That ... literally means go fuck yourself. You know, it's not like I love you. That's the ... is specifically, this is supposed to be a trolly comment. But like, I messaged back and I was like, okay, it's a $300 plus figure. There has to be some sort of, quality control or whatever, like, so things like that, like, or things like the Wolverine or the Tony Stank, they're not all that common, but so it's I think this is
unsurprisingly good. That cape does look like that. If you go back to the one where he's on the bike, it definitely is the weakest part of this, and that's a Hot Toys issue. The one where it's kind of billowing out behind him,
it kind of looks like a bin liner.
Keep going. It does, yeah.
It does.
Like really.
It's glossy, not leathery.
Yeah, really thick. We'll get there in the end.
I know the one you're talking about. It's shiny, isn't it? That one.
That one. Oh, that's horrible. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to wear capes like this made out of bin liners for Halloween.
Yeah.
And I was quite happy as well.
It's going to need a cape upgrade.
Jeddah talks about this too in his video. He tries to get it in this pose, and he says that the cape doesn't even sit in that pose very well, so he ended up just having it lay flat against the wheel back there. But as far as the QC issues on it, I'm in the same boat as you, Shane. Like, I wouldn't have used that head anyway, so I would have been fine with the cowl. I know that's a personal thing. Like,
if I'm honest, it didn't really look that bad. It didn't look horrific because it couldn't push into the peg.
Yeah, it still sits there. You'll still be able
probably
to
had more
turn it
movement.
around.
Yeah, you'll probably have more movement without being in the peg.
So I don't know. I had
Yeah.
the same one you had on order for a while, and I canceled it when it was delayed to get my NRD back. But now I'm thinking, I mean, again, it's a selfish thing, but now I'm thinking if people are pissed about the QC one, then maybe people won't want it going forward and they'll sell it. So I might end up picking it up.
Get some bargains, yeah.
No, I haven't watched that one. I will now because I want to see the. I want to see what the story is. I tend to, when I like a figure, I just tend to watch all of the reviewers' videos on it. But I will definitely check that out. Shiny. Ryan, don't fuel shiny. At Jetta Patrol, he hates you. It's not necessary. Yeah, that's not true. But Ryan, you can't say things like that when Shiny's in the chat. He loves this type of stuff. Look, Exhibit A. Most Star Ace figures come with bin liners. Wow. In case you want to throw them out. Yeah. So look, do you think it's a window overall? Is it a W or an L?
W. Yeah.
I think it's a W as well. Like overall, it's a W. There's a few nitpicks, and that's what they are. Like it's that's what they are. All right, folks. Look, before we go into the main topic, I do believe it's time to just get back to the snap. So we have had. Try and get you to the side here. That's not what I want to do. Jeepers, come on. Right. Okay. Right. So we've done this. The next one, right? Just to be clear, what this is. Snap away all computer games. You can never play a computer game again. Or snap away comic books. You're not allowed to read a comic book or graphic novel ever again. So that's what these represent. So I'm going to go to you first, Dean. What do you think?
Oh, I'm definitely snapping the comic books. So
that was a quick decision.
Yeah, it's not even... Growing up, I love the comic book, but coming from a software kind of background, I'm all in on the gaming, and it brought certain things to life. And I think the future of certain genres are in video gaming. So if you look at certain
video gaming is the future, then.
Yeah, for me, yeah. You get to relive your fantasies as a kid on a video game if you're into that genre. If you look at Spider-Man 2, I think it's been so well received, it's unbelievable. So for me, yeah, I know the source material's there, but there's no question where my head's at here. So it's quite an easy one. Sorry.
I actually thought here that this would be everyone would be snapping away comics, but a lot of people, it's actually quite mixed. Blitz, Keith saying sorry comics, poof. He's saying snap away the comics. I love both, but I don't read as much comics as I used to. And Ryan saying, by the way, I totally missed the hidden extra wired cape under the packaging. Wires are weak, but it's better than the one in the figure. I totally missed the hidden extra wired cape under the packaging. All right, there's two?
Yeah, it comes with two. There's a drape and a wire.
Ah, right. I see. So does anyone notice Jackson? I know OT Customs has shut down pre-orders, but has like Jackson Shoe? Has anyone seen someone advertising capes for that Batman?
I haven't yet, but
I'd imagine it's only a matter of time. Like, I haven't been looking either. Like,
I think he starts rubbing his hands together when he sees the Hot Toys Batman figure come out.
I suppose it does take time, doesn't it, for like people to come out and go, no, this is a bad cape or whatever.
Yeah, and I expect I'll be looking for one for when I get the Keaton one from the modern suit.
Right. Do you reckon you'd be looking? Are you picking up the 2.0 of the DX09? Because
no, I'm not. I had the DX09 before, and I'm kind of going in a different sort of direction. But yeah, I think I'm probably still going to be looking at a cape because unless they radically change something.
Cool. So right, Phil, would you snap away comic books and never read a comic book again, or would you snap away gaming?
I haven't read the Viz for years. So comic books are going. Sorry.
The Viz. What about yourself, Eddie?
This one's hard.
It's supposed to be.
I
Can't bring you in here and just ask you easy questions.
I didn't read much comics growing up, but they influence everything that I love, even games. So I loved video games. I played a ton of video games. So if it's just like take it at face value, books are gone, then yeah, I'll snap away books. But if it takes away everything that they've influenced, then I'd probably go games. So
no, it's just basically you're not allowed read any more comics again.
Comics are gone for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And Pete.
For me, games. I grew up playing games. I put many thousands of hours into games, but for me, and I never really read I mean, I used to get comics when I was a kid, like the Eagle and Beano and stuff like that. But
the
Beano, Dan Dare. All of my kind of comic book stuff has come through graphic novels, and particularly DC stuff. I got a ton of Batman, ton of Superman. Some of the greatest stories ever written: Dark Knight Returns, Death of Superman. So for me, and particularly where I am in my life at the moment, I don't have time to play video games. My son's playing all the time on the PS5. I don't have time, but I will happily sit down and read a graphic.
So when you go out to work, is he looking at you holding the controller going, don't worry, I got this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So for me, the pleasure is sitting down and reading a graphic novel, and yeah, so for me, definitely snap the PS5 or the games away.
Yeah, I did that as well. I again, I'm a fair weather comic book fan. I've mentioned multiple times before, my collecting is rooted in my love of movies, and I will often see a director who quotes a certain movie as a direct influence, and I'll go back and I'll read that comic book series or that graphic novel. So that's the way I work on that. So I've never got into games. I appreciate them. They're mind-blowing. I know that if I bought a PS5 and then played Spider-Man and Miles Morales, I'd love them all, and I just get hopelessly addicted to them and probably quit my job and just, go full time. So I would get rid of the
you can't watch the Blu-ray trilogy,
no.
Dark Knight, in a comic book, can you? You've got to stick it in a PS5.
Yeah. I'll be going to Curry's or PC World now to pick up a Blu-ray.
PlayStation 5.
It's a very expensive Blu-ray player, but then that's what sold. That's what sold the PlayStation 3. That's why I bought PlayStation 3 and then kind of got into the gaming side as well. But
dangerous, very dangerous, very dangerous. Okay, so look, we're on to our main topic now. So just out of the panel here, like I actually I have an Inart single rooted kind of like reserved for me whenever it does come out. I've fully paid off this deluxe version, the Hot Toys one with the Batman, the modular base, and the Signal. But that was paid off about 1.5 years ago with the workshop, long before I stopped buying from them nearly 1 year ago. So like I emailed them, I presume they're inundated with email. The landscape has changed now. I've never ordered from them, and this is not a fucking promotion. I've never ordered from them and not got my figure or a full refund. And I know everyone is not in that boat. I will never buy from them again. Once I drew that line in the sand and I kicked up a stink about the Inart Joker, and I got the money back onto my credit card, not this store credit stuff that they tend to push on people. I just hadn't ordered from them since. But at that time there was 2 outstanding orders. So I'd fully paid off the Ahsoka, which is behind me. And hopefully I get that from them as well. I have messaged them. They said January. But that's what they do. They kick the can until it drops down. I don't think this one would drop down. So maybe this is the first time I get stung with them. But yeah, I'm waiting for that. And
if I'm honest, I actually saw them advertising on their social media today, the Batman, the full set. And I haven't seen them doing anything in terms of Hot Toys for months. It's all been these sort of Japanese anime figures. But today they actually showed that. So whether that's a good sign, I'm not sure, or whether it's because you've got a PO'd with them, Shane, or not.
I think I've just I think I'm just going to have to accept defeat on this one. In my head, it's gone. It's gone. So yeah, but look, Ian, you have you've actually went from not getting this to you've actually ordered it and it's on the way, or is it on the way, or it's one that you've locked it in, haven't you?
Yeah, so I wasn't getting it, and then I was all in. So the bike, I think, comes maybe tomorrow or the next day, and I've got the deluxe figure, but that I've not got a date from that. That's two different companies that I've ordered from, and it's certainly not the Devil's Workshop.
Yeah. So. And Phil, you're interested, but you're gonna wait on it. Eddie, you've already pulled the trigger on that, have you?
I did, but I canceled it. Now I'm gonna wait because I have a feeling I'll be able to get it for a better price. So.
Yep. Okay. And Pete, it's not for you.
No, but I might be looking to pick up the bike at some point.
Gotcha. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is, because starting on the 25th on Christmas Day, for the second year running, I'm doing the 12 Days of Christmas playlist. I started it last year when I was going away to Canada because I wanted a video every single day of the year. So, or every single day, the 12 Days of Christmas. Like, so what I've done is I broke things up into like the way Collecting Weekly do a really, really good awards show. I've kind of taken little like videos as in my top 5 figures, my top 5 pickups, yada yada. So they'll be broken. So one of the things I wanted to do is get one of the videos is the best figure of 2023. And I don't want that to be an opinion piece, because one video will be my own opinion and one video will just be like nominations and stuff. So I just want to share the screen there, and I want to post into the chat there. So just posting in. If you click on the link there, it'll bring you directly to this. And if you haven't voted already, you get to cast your own vote. So that's how it stands at the moment. So what you have, I hope you can't, there you can see it now. So this is just the polls at the moment. These nominations were taken from chats with the subscribers and the live chatting on the panel. A poll I put up, a post I put up on my community tab of my YouTube channel, and various different things like that. So the figures that you can vote for are the Inart Joker, the Inart Gandalf, the Cad Bane, the Peacemaker, Sam Wilson Cap, the Mark III 2.0, Mondo Luke, Besman Luke, Moon Knight, Prank Villain, the Batman, Wolverine 1973, Robocop 3, and then Kurt Cobain. So if you haven't done already, maybe cast your vote, because then at least like that data is done with that, like, you know. So
I said Gandalf's got a couple, just as we've been watching.
Pardon? Yeah,
Gandalf's just bagged two more.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so we have just to really quickly catch up with some of these chats. So Shane, have you seen the flames? The flames and smoke. Oh, have I the 19? Yeah. No, I haven't actually. I haven't. No. Yeah, I've got the Hot Toys one on order, but I do think the Jazz Inc. will be better. I suppose it's like you get what you pay for. It is more expensive. I'd imagine it will be better. But yeah, looking forward to seeing it. Fast downward spiral. Shane, Keith, what are you talking about? I can't remember what you're talking about. I don't know what he's referring to. Catch me up, Keith. Catch me up. I'll buy a PS5 when the Wolverine game comes out. Oh, sorry, he's talking about the gaming comment. He's talking about the gaming comment, I believe. Yeah.
Was that you, Eddie, that just stuck in a vote for the Wolverine? He didn't have any.
Yeah, that was a good guess.
Good stuff. Yeah. Right, so we have and grey is the way. Mm-hmm. Oh, right, yeah. Gandalf. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, so like I'll leave that up there in the background. So if you just want to click on, actually, I can't pin that comment from here, but yeah, if you want to just click on it and have a vote, then, and you can just have your voice heard on that. Mm-hmm. Okay. Right. So the main kind of topic we wanted to talk about today is just highlights from the year. It doesn't necessarily have to be your figure of the year. Of course, you can mention that. Ian messaged me yesterday, and one of the things I'll be doing on the playlist, I did it last year, was my top 5 pickups, and those figures might not necessarily be figures that were released this year. Like, you know, there might be figures that I worked backwards on and stuff like that, or maybe you just had something gifted to you or something like that from a community member, you know, something like that, or maybe even like celebration. So that's kind of the topic, like for the main topic here. So yeah, what about yourself, Phil? What about yourself? Like, what were the kind of your highlights? Take this in any direction you want.
God, I was scrolling through Hot Toys Facebook page today and taking screenshots of the figures they've released. It's phenomenal. In hindsight, I wish I'd voted Gandalf, if I'm honest, because Gandalf looks really, really good. I voted Cad Bane because I have the figure in hand, so it's just so many. Was the Shang-Chi released this year?
I think it was. I think it was early this year.
Amazing. Fennec Shand, amazing. Koska, Moon Knight. So many great figures this year. I know everyone hates it, but I love the blue Batman.
I think Kiko collects. I saw something pop up. Didn't he get that one? And he loves it. Like, so.
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah.
You're not on your own. You're not on your own.
Even the KX Enforcer. I mean, I missed out on that thanks to our friends at TW. But Carnage and that Clone Pilot is going cheap at the moment on a few UK sites as well. So many good figures. But I mean, figure of the year for me. I mean, I wouldn't have bought it otherwise. It was Cad Bane.
Sorry, look, I'd just like to say, while I do appreciate the £10 super chat, Phil, please refrain from influencing the chat's decision. You know, you can't influence the vote. This is canvassing as highest order. Yeah, I do appreciate that, and of course, yeah, it is. You're not wrong, and it's doing quite well. We'll pop that up, those votes, that poll briefly. But thank you very much, and of course, all the revenue in December is going to the Temple Street Children's Hospital in Dublin. So I really appreciate that. Thank you. So you're sticking to your guns there.
I'll stick with Cad Bane simply because I own the figure. But I mean, from images and everything else, I would probably. My head says Cad Bane because I've got it, but my heart would say Gandalf. It looks phenomenal.
I'll be honest. I'm right there with you, man. I mean, my head says Inart Joker because it's lived up to the hype in my eyes.
Yeah.
And I don't have the Inart Gandalf in hand, but from all the different photos and reviews and everything, like, speaking objectively, especially to have a lot more hair there, there's a lot more beard, there's a lot more margin for error, and I think they absolutely nailed it. Also, there is a bit of a bang for the buck. There's a bit of like value there in terms of like you weren't paywalled. Like, there was a lot of people said $1,000 for a figure. Like, those people are terrible at maths. The Inart Rooted Joker was 2 figures. When you have one, and then you have another one, that's 2, right? And then if you have 1,000 and you divide that by 2, it's 500. But like, you can use a calculator. It's really, really difficult. But so I've heard a lot of like $1,000 for it. Now the J&D will probably cost you $1,000 for one, and it does look fantastic. But with Gandalf, it wasn't paywalled behind, the 2-pack. So there is a bit more value there as well. You can just get the one rooted for, what was it, Pete? Was it around $500?
About £350. I think he'll cost me. So maybe a little bit less than that. Maybe $430, something like that.
Yeah, that there is a value thing. So my vote will actually go for Inart Gandalf, but when I do the video, it'll be based on this data here. But then my pickups or my own, like which ones I love, you'll probably hear me saying the Inart Joker because there's more of an attraction to that figure, or more of a connection to character, or the fact that I actually bought it. So what about you guys? Anyone want to chime in? It doesn't necessarily have to be your favorite figure. Give me just things you enjoyed this year.
I went with Gandalf. I don't have it in hand yet, but everything I've seen, and every time somebody else gets it in hand and puts some photos up, it just blows me away. Particularly anyone that's got a great eye for photography. Some of those shots could just be stills from the Fellowship. It is that good. So can't wait to get that. I think it's been a good year. We've seen a lot of hot toys. We've had 2 great Lukes, the Mandalorian Luke and the Bespin Luke. Some good figures. I think my favourite pickup, and it didn't come out this year, but I picked it up earlier in the year because I was kind of waiting for a better deal. It was the Caustic Plastic Bela Lugosi Dracula. Absolutely incredible figure. Great outfit, great likeness. Magnetic base, everything. 2 head sculpts. Really nice. And they've announced Phantom of the Opera, the Lon Chaney one. That's they're gonna release that next year. So I think I'll be interested in picking that up as well.
Mm-hmm. Good stuff. And so your highlights of the year then, collecting related, I actually thought it was fantastic to meet yourself and Pete and yourself and Ian in person, and your friend Mark, I believe, was it Mark?
Yeah, that's Mark.
Yeah. It was great day, actually meeting people. Yeah, it was super, and it was just very, very easy to chat to, and it was the same kind of vibe. It was no different to it wasn't any awkwardness or anything. I know you're chatting on stream the whole time, and you wondered will it be the same when you meet people in person? But it was just really, really
it was just really and I met Ian again in a couple of months ago in London as well, so that was really cool. And I think certainly for streaming, it's been a great year. I think all of our shows have really come on. The subscriptions are going up. Like yourself, you kind of you've got your own channel, Shane, and obviously Collecting Weekly. Empire continues to grow, and great stream. I streamed 3 times with you this week now. And it's
getting sick of each other.
It's a real it's a real great community that people jump in on each other's shows and all that, and it's and there's no rivalry. We're all great mates. We all want to help each other, make each other's shows better. Stuff like that. So it's been and I think a lot of people said that it seems to have been a much friendlier year. It's not been so toxic in the groups and everything. I think people are kind of
Eddie does not agree.
No, he's looking at the wrong places. But for me, it's been quite a positive year in this hobby, and I've really enjoyed streaming this year. So
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I think you can kind of tune out stuff very easily. It's very easy to tune out, and I think sometimes it's good to just take something which could be potentially triggering and just make a joke about it. I mean, I bought a new pair of tap dancing shoes during the week, and God, I love it. It keeps me fit, you know what I mean? Yep. Just fucking water off a duck's back. But so. One of the things, my ones are a bit out of left field. Obviously, Star Wars Celebration was fantastic, getting to meet you and everyone else. And Joao sending me the Peacemaker was, this is the last time I tell the story of the year, but when they released it, obviously it had jointed arms, the head sculpt wasn't great, the body proportion weren't great. There was a lot in the early prototype, which was people weren't happy with. And I was on a stream and I said, maybe they'll actually refine it and update it. And Joao was in the chat and he said, Hot Ties will never do this. If they do this, I will buy you a Peacemaker. The next day, they released the updated photos, and he messaged me and said, "Yeah, I know. Actually, saw him on a stream going, yeah, now I have to buy Shane a Peacemaker." So I messaged him going, "You don't have to do that. It wasn't a bet. We didn't sign documents. We didn't even shake hands. It was a throwaway comment. We'll just leave it at that." And I sent similar messages about 3 or 4 times, while secretly waiting he would just buy it. No, but I wasn't expecting anything, but no, he there was no talking to him. He sent it, and it's a bloody awesome figure. It's one of the figures of the year. Really, really good. And it was just no one has to do this. I'm going to continue here now because people were very generous to me this year for some reason. I was looking for a base because I bought that Batman Begins 2.0, and I wanted to do the Dean Knight thing and get a custom head sculpt from Jackson Shoe, which is on the way, and I've got an OT Customs cape before he stopped taking pre-orders, and I saw this base that Dean Knight was using. It was from an old Spider-Man figure. It's just like a narrow piece of rock. It's wide enough that he can stand in it, but narrow enough that the cape drapes down below his feet either side. It just, you can really recreate that post First Night Out. When he actually takes out Falcone and he's standing at the top of the building looking down. It really is haunting looking, and I really wanted that. And Eno there, Ian just sourced one for me and sent it to me, and I really, I'm sorry. Yeah, you look, I have to out you there. I really do appreciate that. You didn't have to do that, and it was just really nice. While I'm on the subject as well, Alan, who is a custom cape addict, and he'll tell you himself, Alan, the 6-scale gallery, he had a few custom capes for the DX19 and he wasn't using one, and he sent me one. So things like that, people don't have to do that, but it's really nice when people reach out and stuff like that. And that's why I do I'm doing the December thing and make it an annual thing, like, because if we raise a couple $100 for charity, like, just a way of kind of, I suppose, paying it forward. What about yourself, Eddie? Your highlights of the year, besides being here today, obviously. But second to that,
rocking his Brian Shaw t-shirt as well. Very cool.
Yeah, that's a good starting point for me. So I didn't think there was a lot of highlights this year, but going back through pictures and stuff like that for the whole year, it's a year of firsts. A lot of firsts for me. And first time on
Listen,
this
is a family show, Eddie.
Yeah.
Choose your words very carefully.
Probably contrary to popular belief, that would not have been a first for me. Anyway, first time on Shane's channel. I think I started the Let's Get Nuts streams this year, so that was really fun. It's
a lot of fun. Great guy, Ben Thomas.
I started LWO this year, I think, and that's been a lot of fun too. Now I'm on the belt.
The grand return of Eddie to the 1/6 world.
Back like Dad said on 1/6 collecting and fixing up my display and finally doing a garage shelf display has made collecting really fun, and having my figures on display is nice. And I started taking more photos towards the end of the year, so that's been a lot of fun, and I want to start getting better at that, and started posting more to the channel. That's been a lot of fun. That all kind of happened towards the end of the year, but also I got my first tattoo this year, which I forgot, which was cool. And of course it's a Batman Forever tattoo. A little like
did not see that coming. Not gonna lie, did not see that coming.
I got a little Batman signal that's kind of Riddler and Two-Face things on it. I could show you guys if you want, but I got that, and then and it's in an area I can show on a family channel too.
Yeah, see it.
That was my next question. Yeah, sure. We're gonna go full screen.
I'm not getting my leg up on the fucking.
Right.
He's gonna show you a picture.
Yeah, I'll show you a picture of it though.
Take a photo there.
So
if you just joined us, Eddie is about to strip, and
not really. I don't know if I freaking.
He hasn't had a single shot yet.
Yeah. Here. So right on my calf.
Oh yeah.
There, I got a little.
I see. Good stuff.
And kind of fades into Two-Face there. So. Yeah.
And that was your first tattoo, yeah?
First tattoo.
That's a starting point, Eddie.
That's now. Next year it'll be all over. I'm gonna have on my, everywhere.
You gotta get a face tattoo, man.
Yeah.
You gotta get a face tattoo.
Yeah, front of neck.
And you'll be like me, Eddie, soon.
Yeah, that's not a Christmas jumper. That's his tattoo. He sat there naked.
So first year going to San Diego Comic-Con, which was really fun. Got to hang out with a lot of people, see a lot of people, meet a lot of people. That was fun. We had OxCon this year, which was fun because I got to meet Feezy. I got to meet who else? I got Collector Joey, Austin Nichols, Spotchka, Reverse Zeo, all those guys over on that channel. I got to meet. I think I met Steve in person for the first time, Casual Nerd Problems this year at San Diego Comic-Con. So I got to meet a lot of people for the first time. So that was really awesome. What else? What am I forgetting? I think that might be all the main stuff. I'd hate to forget something, but it was actually a pretty good year. Also, like mentally, like 2020 and 2021 and 2022 all kind of sucked, and 2023 was like more of like going back up again, you know, not so much down. So 2023 was better than I thought. So
yeah, and you've had a great year. You're picking up all these Star Wars figures.
Yeah,
so
everything's been fun. Good. And then I know I made a face when Pete said less toxicity. I actually think there was less toxicity in the streaming world for me this year. So that's been fun too. Yeah. And I think actually looking back on it, 2023 was a decent year. Oh, I did another first. I did my first tailgate this year at a football game, which is awesome. Like
what's
yeah?
Okay,
but you drive too close to someone, Shane.
A tailgate, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like,
it's it's pretty much like a big party outside of the game before the game starts, and everybody's barbecuing.
They cook barbecues and stuff, don't they?
And drinking in London
and hanging out.
The London games have them.
Yeah, because I thought really like fun, we call it like for traffic. Say like if there's a barrier, like you're driving out of like a pay parking place or whatever, and you haven't paid, and the barrier goes up and the car drives, and you quickly driving behind them so you don't have to pay. But I would not recommend that barrier comes down. You're screwed, like, you know. So you just confuse. Keith's right. You just confuse the overseas crew. Yeah. Well, we have our national sport in Ireland is a thing called hurling. Yep, you heard me right. And in America, hurling means vomiting. So it's nothing.
Is that where they slide the thing?
That's curling.
Oh, okay.
No, that's curling. Yeah,
that's
hurling would be
one.
like, I suppose you'd probably play like, I think the closest thing you'd have would be lacrosse. But it would be like hockey, but you can rise the ball and pick it up into your hand.
It's got like a curved kind of scoop thing, hasn't it?
It's like a hockey stick, only the base is wider. It's made of wood, and you can score goals or you can score points. The goals are like, if you imagine soccer goals, but the posts extend up. So your American football goals, they're kind of like shaped like a fork, aren't they? They come down and then there's a single pole. Yeah. Whereas in Ireland, you have like, it's just like a soccer goal, imagine that. But then you have two poles that go up, so they get a point if they get it in between the posts, and they get 3 points if they get it into the goals. But it's fast, it's skillful, and nothing to do with puking.
Well, you know, also though, from what I hear about drinking out there, hurling might have two meanings for you guys.
Yeah, possibly, quite possibly. Yeah. You live and learn. The odd Monday night you come in with a hydration drink. Yeah. So Ian totally lost all respect for me, but
absolutely.
Just like in terms of it, yeah. So I spoke to Pete and Eddie and Phil. I don't think I got your take on highlights from this year, Ian.
Highlights. CT, it's going to come across as cheesy. When I met you guys in April in London, you know, some guys, I stayed away from the forum for years. I don't do forums because I just think there's a lot of negative crap. And then it was last year when my dad died, and he was like, just be yourself and come out. And with Lucy's thing, I've started to engage a little bit more in all of this, and it's been good. You know, met really good people, and you know, there's a few bad apples out there. So, but I think all in all, it's all really good, and it's built on my love for this pop culture, my love for movies and the figures, and it's so this year's been really good for me, if I'm honest. And it probably did take another level from when we all met in April. Well, when I said we all met, Shane, you, I'm just glad I never met Phil. I'm joking.
Calvin,
classic.
So,
low-key collector.
you
or
know,
Calvin.
yeah, I'm loving to meet Phil. Have a few beers with him. So, but it's been that community.
Phil's joined the 501st, like I'm telling you. He'll be over in Ireland trooping in no time.
Still
He'll be
waiting.
over there.
Still waiting.
What is the story? That website, man.
I was gonna say
Someone needs to get fired.
Calvin speaks
But
really
even
highly
the-
of you, Ian. So, from what I've heard, he said
Well,
you're
we-
an awesome dude.
Well, he's only human.
Oh, that is funny. That is
I'm
funny.
joking.
Oh,
So,
that's funny.
no, yeah, no, I appreciate this year. I just value the friendship I've kind of built. I know it sounds cheesy, but it's the friendship
no, look, it's
that I've
it's
built.
100%.
no, it's not
people
cheesy at all.
and-
100%. Yeah. It's a nice way to start the week as well. Just coming on the Monday, like, you know, you get through Monday and then you get to chat to your friends about, you know, movies and TV programs and things that you're hyped about. Like, so I very much appreciated. Just before I go into the next, we're going to wrap soon, but just I want to go into the next. There's one final snap left, but what would your figure of the year be? Just, I know we were talking about various different highlights, but if we just actually your actual figure of the year, Pete, what was it for you? Did you say? Was it the caustic plastic one or?
Yeah, I think the caustic plastic Dracula.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they're figures. They're a bit, you know, they're not your normal kind of things that people collect. But I've always had a real love for Universal monsters, and always wanted somebody to do a high quality. You know, Sideshow did a long time ago. So that was a standout piece, and it was quite expensive, and I kind of waited a bit, and then I managed to do a good deal, and I sold something and got that. So yeah, for me that was a standout piece, and I'll definitely be looking to. I mean, I'm hoping they're going to get a Frankenstein license from Universal Monsters. It's been hinted at, but they have got a Phantom of the Opera coming next year, so I'll definitely be interested in that. But that would be my figure of the year, I think.
Excellent stuff.
Like from what I picked up. Yeah.
Yep. And Eddie, your figure of the year?
Definitely Logan. He snuck in
Logan.
at the end of the year there, but I love that figure. I think with the forearms, the seamless forearms, they look really good, and the likeness is really, really good. So
yeah, I'm getting it. I'm definitely. It's just. Did you get the deluxe or the regular?
the regular, because I didn't need the base.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And you don't have the misprint either. I know that they're replacing the sticker or nameplate in the other one. So by getting the regular, you avoid all that anyway. So, then Phil, your figure of the year, you're sticking with Cad Bane, yeah?
Cad Bane, yeah.
Ian?
I'm going to fuck you all up with my choice, and I'm going to show you it here, right? Right, here we go. I never thought we would get this figure.
Oh wow, yeah.
I can't
Penguin.
see it. Is this Mars Toys, is it?
Very cool.
Ah, right.
No, it's
That
not
looks pretty
Mars Toys.
good,
What
man.
make is it?
No?
It's
No,
It's the-
jeez, I can't even remember.
the Gentleman of
What
Crime
is-
it's called, isn't it? I can't remember who.
Gentleman of Crime. Look, it's not the best figure. It's not. But 89 in Batman Returns is my jam.
Yeah.
And the fact that we've got this, I'm one step closer to getting Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, and it is underrated, by the way. See value for money. It's like the prank villain. Awesome. So, I'm not saying it's the best figure, but for me, so many
It's
people
Eternal
on it. It's
Toys.
awesome. Yeah, that's it, Pete. Yeah.
Eternal Toys, yeah.
Eternal Toys, yeah, they're
It
doing
really is.
the one of those vultures, aren't they? I think. Yeah, I think they are.
Shane, I'll tell you this right now. People come into the collection room, our youngest Layla and our pals. There's a few figures that they gravitate to, and that's one of them. And I've got some serious grails, and they just gravitate to certain figures. So I love that. And Lucy said that's her figure of the year. So
Cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
excellent.
Yeah,
And that
I was
actually,
surprised how good it came out. Actually, yeah.
that's a perfect segue. So what I'm going to ask you to do is, you snap it away, make disappear forever. I'm an evil bastard. Your figure of the year 2022 or your figure of the year 2023. So my figure of the year, as much as we've talked the absolute arse out of it, it is the Inart Joker rooted. That's all I'm going to say about it. So if I had to snap away my figure of the year last year, which was Snowspeeder Luke, which is amazing, or my figure of the year this, I'm going to have to snap away the Luke. I think the rooted Inart Jokers is better than that, and I have Mondo Luke and I have Bespin Luke, so yeah. Tough choices have to be made. Ian, what was your figure of the year 2022? Man. I know, absolutely, 100%. Yeah, I know completely.
Right, so
don't even have to try.
Man, I'm looking at it just now. My figure last year was Jazz Inc.'s Iron Scavenger Vulture. It really is awesome.
Nice, yeah.
So, damn it. Yep, but right, okay. I'm getting rid of Jazz Inc. Iron Scavenger, keeping Eternal Toys Penguin.
Are you crying? No, not yet. Okay, you will be next week. Now.
I'm going to send you a terrible voice message soon.
Brilliant, good stuff. Phil.
Figure of the year last year was probably the same as you, Landspeeder Luke. This year, Cad Bane. I'll have to snap away Cad Bane because it's the only Book of Boba Fett character I have. And it's potentially the only one I'm going to get. So,
this game really makes people question where your loyalties lie. You just
I've got three Luke Skywalkers, but
no, I get you. So, and then Eddie, would you snap it? What was your figure of the year 2022, and which one would you snap away?
He wasn't collecting 6 scale 2022.
Yeah, I had some.
He wasn't born in 2022.
He certainly wasn't watching Terminator or Robocop.
Yeah.
But I think
what's that about?
I think 2022. I think the Inart Joker was my figure of the year.
Yeah.
I got it right at the end of the year.
Did you get it in 2022
I think I did. I think I got it like Christmas 2022.
Wow. Who do you think you are, Joao?
I know, right?
Justin.
You're watching Joao. I love you.
I didn't open it until like February, I think.
Got it and then didn't open it.
Yeah.
Now you're just making everyone jealous. I didn't get mine until like March. Like, I know that like a few people got them. Are you sure you got it last year? That's pretty quick if you did.
I was looking.
I feel like you didn't.
Yeah, maybe I didn't. But I wouldn't be able to think of anything else anyway because I don't think I did have all my other figures I had before that. I didn't get much in 2022. So, and if I had to pick between those two, I'd definitely. That's hard, but I think I'd snap Joker away and keep Logan. Wow. I love Logan too much. I love the character too much.
Yeah. So Pete.
I'm looking around trying to think what
was 2022.
Yeah, I think I'm going to probably go with my Inbox Studio Wampa.
Right.
I got him right at the back end of last year, and obviously they've got the Tauntaun coming out next year, which I've got pre-ordered as well, same as Ian. And it's just a great piece that I never really thought I'd have a representation of a Wampa in my collection. So I'll go with him. So I think on reflection, I'll keep 2022.
Excellent stuff.
I'll snap 23.
Gone. So, right. Well, I suppose I'm gonna end up finish the show now, and just want to obviously thank the people in the panel. I want to thank anyone who's watching currently in the chat. I want to thank anyone who's watching in the replay. Thank anyone who's supported us over the 30 episodes. I can't believe there's actually 30 episodes now. I'm not going to say this is the last Hope show of the year. I won't be doing it on Christmas Day. Probably won't be doing one on Christmas Eve, but maybe Christmas Eve. That would be the Saturday. I might do one at maybe a 5 p.m. or something like that. So I'll throw out the links, and if people are not busy, feel free to jump on. I'll give you a bit more notice over the next few days, and if not, no problem at all. I understand it's a busy time of the year where you got to spend time with family and stuff like that. So yeah, unless anyone has anything else to add, we're gonna call it.
Yep.
Okay.
Well,
Thanks,
Merry
guys.
Christmas, everyone. If don't see you again before.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Absolutely. Yeah. Merry Christmas to you and everyone in the chat. I'm really jealous.
It doesn't work on mine.
Jealous. Yeah.
Mine's too old, I think.
Yeah. Again, like this is what I think Ian was seeing in the chat 20 years ago.
It's not working.
That's what everyone else was seeing. All right, folks. We'll see you. Good luck.
Bye.